Hi, I'm Vivian Guzman. On today's episode, we have Paz Avivi, a serial entrepreneur who up until last year owned several bars, multiple restaurants, including a Pizza Hut franchise, only to lose his fortune, not once, but over 6 times. Last year alone, he lost $1.6 million. Stressed, depressed, and debt-ridden, he flees to Mexico to end his life. Or was it to live it? Today, he's an elite mindset coach, owner of Goldmine Consulting, and Think and Grow Rich Online. I'm excited to explore his mommy's Israeli chickpea stew with salmon and talk about finding purpose in life. Welcome to Dishin'it. I'm Vivian Guzman. Life hasn't always been easy. I have felt alone, displaced, like an outsider. The world needs a place of belonging, which is why I created Dishin'it.
Cheers! Cheers!
On Dishin'it, I cook foods from around the world. My guests share their stories, and we inspire the world.
The reason I save marriages past, present and future is because I want it to be that lovely cute 80-year-old couple that you see still holding hands is the norm. Welcome to Dishin'it. Hi Paz, welcome to Dishin'it.
Thank you so much. So happy to be here.
Now I'm really excited to have you here because you're gonna make this beautiful dish that your mommy used to make for you. So can you tell me what it was like to grow up in Israel? Tell me about your mom and your dad.
Growing up in Israel for me really developed my character. Even though when I was a teenager, my mom had to leave. She didn't have to leave, she chose to leave with my brother to live in Australia because my older sister got pregnant, got married, and that was the first granddaughter. So she just wanted to go there and help her, raise the kid and teach her. My mom, they gave me a choice to go with them to Australia, but I chose to stay in Israel with my father. And my father is amazing, but he wasn't there. He was an workaholic, worked 20 hours a day, 4 hours just sleeping. And so yeah, that was an experience, and I'm grateful for that experience now.
It sounds to me that you were kind of a little lonely though. Can you describe what like your lowest points were when you were, home alone, so to speak? How old were you?
I was around 15, 16, and the lowest point, I remember when I just escort my brother and my mom to the airport, and I remember when they passed security, I saw them walk away, and I was like, when will I see them again? That was like a moment that I felt like something ripped, something happened to my heart, something changed forever, that I thought, you're on your own, because you know that your dad is not really gonna take care of you, He will provide a shelter, but not much more than that. I thought, wow, okay, it's on, I guess.
So then what did you do?
Yeah, first of all, I skipped school many times. I graduated, but I don't know exactly how to say it, but I cheat a lot to, pass the grades and everything. So I graduated, and then I just had to join the army. In Israel, it's mandatory to join the army.
I know, because I'm a big fan of Wonder Woman, and Gal Gadot is Israeli, and she had to, and she talks about it all the time. And I was like, what?
Yeah. The females also carry guns and everything.
How long were you in the military?
I served the entire 3 years as mandatory, but I did it on my own terms. The army tried to dictate, do this, go there, do that. They want me to be to fight in combat, and I just refused because this is not my values.
So how did you serve?
I was a cook. I was a baker. I baked pies and bread.
Get out of town. That is so awesome. So then you're gonna have to give me tips on how I make this dish,
Oh yeah.
since you are a real chef cook. So tell me, is this the first time that you learned how to cook?
No, actually, right before my mom and my brother just flew to Australia, I needed something to, to feel home, to feel mom, to feel the love without her physically being there. So I think that one of the biggest things that could make me really feel like she's there is the smell of the cooking. And this is what we're gonna make today, the Moroccan fish that my mom used to make. Every Friday, for years, since I can remember, like every Friday, it's the same smells, the same taste, and it just, it's like Pavlov dog. Every time I smell it, I like feel like someone hugs me. So this is what we're gonna do today.
My goodness, I'm feeling so overwhelmed. I got like tears in my eyes. I'm so emotional. I'm so excited about making this dish because every time I eat it now, I'm always gonna think of you. And one day when you come here, I'm gonna wanna make it for you with my own hands so that you could just enjoy it.
Wow. Beautiful.
Okay, so teach me, what do I need to do? Let's make this dish.
Okay, let's make it happen.
Okay, so let me go and get the oil and infuse it with some smoked paprika. Okay, I'm mixing it.
Beautiful. You got this?
It looks like you have a lot more oil than I do though.
Oh, we are very generous with the oil on this dish. So we put the oil in the pot. I will just let it heat up just a little bit, and I'm gonna throw in the garlic and red pepper. I will put them two together. I will let them cook together. This way the garlic is not like burned, they're like complementing each other in a great way.
And then after the canned tomatoes, what happens?
After the tomatoes, I put in the chickpeas. Then I just put like the potatoes on top.
Okay.
Like a bedding of potato. And then I put the fish on top of the potatoes. And on top of the fish, I put the fresh cut parsley.
It's so simple. I love it. You said you basically are creating like a flat plane, and then the salmon goes on top, so that basically it just sits on top of everything that's cooking underneath. So it's kind of steaming.
Yeah. Just the smell of this dish just brings me so close to home.
Mm-hmm. So when was the first time that you made this dish?
Yeah, so the first time I made it was with my mom over the phone. She just guided me over the phone how to do that, and I remember that was very, very, emotional for me because this was the first time that I did it alone. The first time that I made it, just like having her with me, and because I remember that was the first Friday after they left, just me and my dad alone, and he's not gonna cook, so. And we gotta eat something, And I think since then, and I made it almost every week.
Well, I'm so happy that you are sharing this with me. It made me emotional because I saw you being a little young boy doing this and trying to keep a sense of family together in making it and being there for your dad and reminding him of all the good in life, which is sharing.
Yes. By the way, I'm going to put the salmon in now.
Okay.
It's going to be fantastic. And now, wow, you can see just from here, look how pretty it is.
It's gorgeous. So now what? So now we let it sit here?
I just close the lid, let it sit for around 20, 25 minutes. Let's do 25 minutes. After 25 minutes, we're going to open the lid. We're going to give it like 10 minutes after that.
Okay.
And then we're going to eat.
Sounds like a plan. So let's go into another room and let's unpack the rest of your story.
Let's do it.
Hi, Paz.
Hello, Vivian.
I'm loving your environment.
Thank you so much. I'm loving yours too.
So after the army, what was your life like? What happened next?
I started just open businesses and making money.
So how do you end up with businesses and making money?
I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That was the first book I ever read in my life. because I saw somebody successful, and I knew that we are about the same age, and he's way more successful than I am. And I was like, what does he do,
So what did you learn?
I understood that I don't need to work that hard. Seeing my father working his ass off all day, 20 hours a day, I thought this is how you make money, right? And if you want to make more money, you gotta work harder. That was my assumption.
How did you learn to work smarter from this book?
Just be an entrepreneur, this is a great word. I learned entrepreneur. I was like, yes, sounds good to me. Yeah, I just opened a business. I opened a bar that you can build on site for weddings, parties, and things like that.
A pop-up bar.
Pop-up bar, right.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and I thought I can have employees, and at a certain point have like a manager, and then I don't need to go to the site, and just pop the bar up. Just people can do that for me. And then you can have more time, like multiply your time. And I was like, wow, I can really do that? And I could, and I did, and I made a lot of money. And I lost, by the way, this first business, I lost around $100,000. But I made a lot of money also. So, and I learned a lot.
What else did you own?
I was the owner of a franchise of Pizza Hut.
Get out of town.
I really like pizza. I owned coffee shops, boutique hotel. I owned 6 bars, 3 restaurants. This is overall. I owned a bartending school in Israel where I teach people.
I used to bartend. I did it for 5 years, believe it or not.
Where?
At a place called Catwalk by the Empire State Building in New York City. It was the best time I had in my life.
Mine too, by the way.
So you had all this success now. And now you're in the can for a lot of money. Let's go back to last year. Tell me about that.
Last year, that was the last time I lost everything. And I said the last time ever. It will not happen again. Because I lost everything multiple times in my life. That was the last time. So me and my ex-fiance decided to break up after 8 years, and we were engaged for 2 years, something like that. So then, all my world caved in mentally because I didn't understood why, and that was very hard for me. And I made a lot of mistakes after that, errors in judgment, we can say that. And I lost 1.6 million. I took a lot of loans. That wasn't very smart because I used a lot of other people's money, and one deal went bad and the other one, and then you owe people. My head wasn't in the right place because, no fiance, no, base. So that was very hard. So I lost their 1.6. And then we just started selling everything. We did a garage sale, selling everything. That was the hardest time of my life because I brought a lot of stuff from Israel. Things that even my brother, he built me a table and things like that. I sold it too. And I remember some guy just, negotiated with me on that. He said, yeah, I will give you $50 for it. And, I was like, my brother made it from scratch, and it's $1 billion worth, you cannot buy that. And I had to sell that because I needed the money.
Did you leave Israel to run away from all the people you owed money to?
Yep. That was I think the second or the third time I lost everything. So I ran away from Israel to the States, and then I ran from the States into Mexico. All my life was just running away. And it was, it wasn't fun. So
it seems to me that you had a great relationship with your fiance, but you broke up and that hurt you deeply, in addition to losing all your money. So I really want to know, you're broke, you're depressed, you're in Mexico now. You want to kill yourself. Let's talk about that.
I lost all hope of being happy. Because I thought I had a lot of money, I was unhappy. I was popular, I was unhappy. When people looked at my life from the inside and from the outside, they were like, he's living the best life ever. He's got money. He's got a beautiful girl in his life. Like, he's got everything. And I just, I was depressed for a long time. I couldn't find the way out. So I just saw a rope just, on the floor there. And I thought, because I looked for a sign, and when you're looking for a sign, everything is a sign. And when I saw a rope, I said, oh, that's the sign, just hang yourself, you're thinking about it a lot, but you never have the guts to really do something. Like, it comes and goes. And every time that it's feelings that you want to end it, when this feeling comes, you feel sense of relief, because you said the pain will be over. It's just 1 minute and it's done. You go back to your creator. And I thought, it's 1 minute. This is all I need. Just choke myself for 1 minute and I will be happy for the rest of my life. So yeah, I was pretty much convincing myself that you're doing the right thing. I just needed to find the courage to do that. And before I had the courage to do that, my phone rings and my mom calls me and she says, listen, Paz, your uncle committed suicide. And the family was devastated. My mom in particular, she was devastated. And I thought, oh my God, like now, first of all, I cannot do that. I cannot take my own life because I cannot do that to my mom. I cannot do that to my family. And they just experienced a suicide in the family. And I thought, oh my God, like now what? I need to deal with everything. I need to deal with life. By the way, she doesn't know that she saved my life.
Does anybody know your story in your family?
I told the story only in English. I feel comfortable talking about it in English because they don't know English. They don't understand most of the things. So I told my story just to my close environment and I try to share my story because I want people to know that killing yourself is never the answer.
If somebody's out there and they're thinking, I've lost it all, I want to end it all, what do you have to say to them?
The fact that they can sit there and think about that, and it means they survived that, everything they went through. Just take a day. Kill yourself tomorrow if you still want to, but take 1 day and think what really will bring you joy. And you know what? More than that, look up in the sky and ask from God an answer. I promise you, He will give you the answer. He will give you the answer. If you're in a verge of killing yourself, you have nothing to lose. And this is a beautiful state because it means you have everything to gain. You can restart from any point of your life. I was in $1.6 million in debt. People just, my reputation was a mess because I made money, lost it, and a lot of the money wasn't really mine. Investors, partners, I thought, how can people trust me? And I thought, just what you want to do, what you really want to do. And God will give you the answer. God will give you the answer, 100%. He will deliver.
Well, as somebody who's really out there feeling broken right now, feeling that they're going through all this hardship, how do you help them?
I think that, by the way, I'm building a program now, just how to make money, because I help my clients figure out, first of all, we work on that money thing. Okay, once they make money, their head is clear that they can just do what they really love. Because a lot of people said, if I had money, I would do that. If I would have money, I would do that. So we get money out of the way at the first few sessions. And then when their mind is clear, they know they don't need to worry about money anymore. Then they got focused.
When you change your relationship with how you perceive money, or money being an obstacle, and if you change your mindset, then you leave yourself open to abundance. Is that what I'm hearing?
Amen. Yeah.
Is that what you mean by gold mindset? Is that a gold mindset?
Yeah, because you got the gold in your mind and you just put it out there.
Oh my God, you know what we should do? We should try the food so that we could get some love in our tummy.
Let's make it happen.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I will pick myself a plate also.
Are you ready to see mine?
Yours looks better than mine, I gotta say.
Okay, are we ready to try this? My mouth is watering. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my God. This is so good.
I know. This is Friday night at the Avivi house on a plate.
So what I'm loving in terms of the flavors is that like it feels creamy. I feel like the salmon is melting in my mouth. It's so tasty. It's elegant. The parsley is so beautiful and fresh and vibrant and green, and it pops and it has its own little personality.
Yeah, you gotta have the parsley there. It really lifts up the dish.
It really elevates it. Paz, you have been a very blessed man. When I think about your life and I think about all the journey that you've been through, the excitement, the highs and the lows, one of the things that stood out for me is that you just have and display such great courage in chasing your dreams and celebrating life, Paz Avivi. I am so thankful that your life serves as an example for someone else who's watching in as to why stay to celebrate life on this planet and to have courage to pursue your dreams. Celebrate love and diversity. Love is coming your way, baby. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much. That was a pleasure.